don't know if you guys realize this, but streaming platforms are in absolute crisis mode. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get right into that, and I'm going to talk about what platform is the safest for you to stream on right now moving forward, because the future is so uncertain for so many platforms. Let's go! First, I want to start off by saying that I am a content creator. My job is literally to get your attention just to hear me say whatever the I want, really. In reality, that is my job. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And that is the job of so many other people. But in order for me to do my job, I need to get your guys' damn attention. Now, what most people don't understand is that's really hard to do nowadays, because everybody else on the internet is also trying to get your attention. And to be honest, some people are willing to go way further to get your attention than other people are. And that is what has led us to this incredibly crazy situation that is going on right now with Kick, and also going on with Twitch. Not YouTube, though. YouTube is being a very, very good boy. Good boy, YouTube. So for anybody who maybe has missed what's going on with Twitch, they've been under fire for a lot of stuff that basically Hasan and his little gang of socialists have been preaching on the website, causing a lot of people to feel really isolated and under attack, I guess would be the way to describe this.
I have no pity at all for any soldiers. I will never have any pity for any soldiers. U.S. military? Who fucking whom? I hope you get PTSD. I do, the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, imperialism, this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my Camaro, no student loans. F you. I hope you get PTSD, and I hope you get no health insurance when you get back in America.
So in this article, it reads, the popular live streaming platform Twitch has changed its policies regarding the content classification labels for streams. The policy was changed on November 1st, but the response to said changes resulted in needed clarification related to a sensitive social issue such as reproductive rights, LGBTQ+ rights, or immigration. Essentially, Twitch is saying if you get a little bit too spicy with your takes in regards to hot topics regarding politics, your ass is getting labeled. Many streamers were wondering if just talking about personal experiences or their everyday life was now going to get them in trouble with the platform's guidelines, or get their content tagged and lose out on revenue and views, especially with Twitch's blog on said new rules discussing repeated failure to label content correctly may result in Twitch applying a label to your stream on your behalf, and that will be locked for a set period of time. This can get confusing because what if I'm talking about a different topic completely and I kind of have a throwaway line that somewhat relates to politics or something that's a controversial topic? Does that mean that I'm getting labeled for the next 3 days because I did a throwaway joke that some people may find a little bit spicy for their taste? Just 3 days later, after the initial announcement post, Twitch's support team on November 4th on X stated, we want to make clear that you don't need to label your stream if you're talking about your lived experience. We've made this clearer in our CCL guidelines. Yeah, because, you know, everybody goes and checks the CCL guidelines. I mean, what else would you do on a Friday night? The given reason for why this was done, the same tweet explains, our goal here, as with any CCL, is to give viewers and brands more info about what's happening on a particular stream so that they can make an informed decision about what to watch and where to engage. Essentially, they're just saying that if you're watching someone who's a notorious liar, there might be a label associated being like, maybe you don't want to trust this guy. Personally, I think Hasan should be labeled every single stream, but that's just my take. The line on legislation discussion has since been removed, with their previous line regarding talks about religion, race, sexuality, and gender being reworded to better convey the next label change. It now reads streams focusing on discussing topics like gender, race, sexuality, or religion in a polarizing or inflammatory manner. These comments are basically coming off the back of the ban that included ASmongold.
And there it is. Is this the domino effect of your ban? I think that, okay, so if you want my honest opinion, I actually do think that was a very big catalyst for this happening. I do. I legitimately do, and I'm not sorry, by the way. I'm not sorry, because I would have never needed to be a catalyst if they had been applying the rules fairly the entire time.
Frogan.
I have no pity at all for any soldiers.
A lot of the top creators that were on TwitchCon panel that were saying a lot of pretty hurtful things towards Jewish people. All these things are now going to be labeled. Basically, Twitch coming out to say, if a creator says something that you don't like, just remember that's their opinion. That doesn't express the opinions of Twitch. It's just a way of them to cover their ass. Because if you don't know, a lot of advertisers have been fleeing Twitch like the plague. The change in policy was brought on by Twitch, attempting to resolve being under fire for Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, regarding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, content streaming on the platform, the attempt to resolve a serious problem on the site that has led to more problems arising. Needless to say, Twitch is in panic mode at the moment. Without advertisers to pay their creators, Twitch is already not a profitable company. It costs more to host the streamers than the streamers actually make for the platform. I'm sure many of you probably know that because it's been a pretty popular news story surrounding Twitch. And this has led a lot of Twitch people to leave and go to Kick, who are having their own problems. So a platform that has seen a lot of growth in 2024 is, in fact, the platform Kick. However, Kick's been plagued by degeneracy, essentially. That's the only real word for it. Any legal activity on the platform that has kind of labeled it as like a problematic place to be. Although this hasn't stopped a lot of small streamers from trying their hand at becoming homegrown superstars over on Kick. However, Kick has this idea that they're just gonna pay bigger streamers to come over and stream on their platform and sign them to deals much like you would see in a professional contract. This has gotten many people to start trying to pay for views on Kick, which has become a huge problem, which has led me to a completely different article where TradeRx TV claims that streamers are paying up to $20,000 per week to inflate their viewership with bots. Now, I don't know about y'all, but $20,000 is quite a lot of money to pay towards bots. But I guess at the end of the day, this is the new American dream, right? Become a streamer. There's a new gold rush. Instead of everybody heading to California to go dig for gold, everybody's running to the internet to try to find internet fame. This is the reality of the world we live in today. The crazier you are, the more likely you are to succeed online. The days of logical thinking seem to be behind us. If you want to succeed or get ahead nowadays, act completely retarded and everybody will follow you online and start giving you money.
You can't quit. You can't quit. You can't quit. Even if you're depressed right now, you can't quit.
If you are a normal person online trying to have normal takes about situations that are going on, most likely you're going to be overshadowed by someone like Jack Doherty, who is crashing his McLaren into a wall.
No!
This is just the reality of our situation. But this isn't new. This has been the way it's been forever. People can't turn away from a good car crash. This is why everybody's paying attention to Fuzi right now. The guy is literally having a psychotic breakdown before our eyes, but for some reason, none of us can turn away.
Bitch, I'm about to blow up! That's a J. Cole song. It's a J. Cole song.
And I think there's a pretty easy explanation for this, and it's the same reason why people watch shows like Cops, true crime shows, Mama June. It's because we get a chance to say to ourselves, hell, at least my life's not that bad. Take Johnny Somali, for instance. This guy has literally gone across the world just trying to cause as much chaos as he possibly can. Now he's looking at 20 years in prison in South Korea. And how did he end up that way? Well, one, he's ridiculously stupid, and two, it's because he knows that the more degeneracy and chaos he causes out in the world, the more people are going to sit in the comfort of their own home and watch him destroy his life. This is where we've arrived, people. This is how you get internet fame. Just go out there and be completely stupid.
What the fuck? Put your hand in my food again, and I'm throwing all of your...
And this brings me back full circle to why there's so many people paying for bots on Kick. It's because if you don't want to go out there and do something completely stupid or get your ass beat every single night, then you need to do something to compete with the people who are willing to go do that. And if you can't get people to watch you because your life is boring, what's the best next way to reach your goals? Buy some goddamn bots. In a broadcast on November 14, 2024, Kick and Twitch streamer Tyler TradeRx TV claimed that many content creators are paying up to $20,000 per week for view bots to inflate their streaming numbers.
And my devs, or not my devs, but the devs that I work with, right? They've calculated some of these view bots that we encounter have to cost between $10,000 to $20,000 a week. Like, we're talking like fully automated IPs are completely spread, right? Like the most basic view bot, every IP is going to show up from one country if you catch my drift, right? I'm sure you can guess which country, right? But there are some complex view bots now that ping IPs, like one IP per goddamn city around the world. None of them overlap. Do you understand? There's one way we can catch them now, but I'm not going to say that way because I'm sure the view botting technology is going to learn and adapt from that. But that's the problem. You understand? People, like, I'm telling you, clout is a hell of a drug.
Clout is a hell of a drug. And that's how we've arrived where we are right now. Unfortunately, bad behavior is being rewarded online. The crazier you are, the more people are going to watch that, the more money you make in ad revenue. It's a vicious circle that is encouraging people to go out and just do the dumbest shit.
I'm just island boy.
Look, as somebody who was a drug addict for over a decade, I understand what it's like to be addicted to something. It's not fun. And unfortunately, attention right now is probably one of the most popular drugs on the whole entire planet. When I was in the midst of my addiction, I'd spend hundreds of dollars a day for a substance to numb the pain that I thought I was feeling at the time. Fast forward 4.5 years later, I realized that I was just pretty much using it to numb myself because I was unhappy because I had no goals in life, no passions, no future. But now I feel like I do. And I do this kind of for fun, but at the same time, I also do it because I feel like I watch people online and I go, what in the hell is going on with my country? What is going on with my world? Everybody's lost their goddamn mind. We need a return to logic.
Nice.
And you may be sitting there thinking, okay, EG, well, how do we fix it? The real problem is we fucking can't. We are never going to be able to fix it because as long as humans have been in existence, degeneracy has been something that is popular to look at. It's going back to what I said before. People can't turn away from a good car crash. It's excitement. It's fun. But it's also incredibly dangerous. It's also incredibly stupid. It's also going to make you look like a fool to the rest of the people around you. But you know what? Most people don't care as long as they're getting that ad revenue, baby. Now it's possible I'm over here just being a total big old boomer. As I'm getting older, I probably don't really quite understand what the youth of America loves these days. But for me, I feel like being respected as a person is also pretty valuable. Maybe I'm crazy, but I do think that that's still something that people should want is respect. And if you're one of these guys out there spending $10,000 to $20,000 a week just to pump up your streams, I'd probably suggest maybe looking inward and wondering why you need to pay for viewers instead of what you're doing to not get viewers. And it doesn't mean you have to go off and do crazy shit. Maybe just do something that's relatable to people. People will come and watch your streams regardless because the internet is growing. In fact, I'd probably say that the internet is replacing media as a whole. The reason that I feel Trump won the election was not because, mainstream media is out there calling everybody fascists and shit like that. It's because people are on the internet talking to one another being like, yo, are you watching this shit? Does this look a little weird to you? I think it's a little weird. Maybe we should probably do something to change this. And even that's starting to get suppressed now. I mean, look what Twitch just did. You're going to get labeled if you talk about politics. You're going to get labeled if you share your ideas. It's a way for us to suppress the normalcy that me and you want to communicate, yet promoting the people who want to go out there and do crazy ass shit. I'm sure Trainwrecks has got to be racking his brain wondering why the hell I need to deal with these bots instead of why aren't people just coming and watching the people who are streaming? Why are they not providing the entertainment that we paid them to provide? Not to mention, it's going to destroy Kick if they think a guy is pulling in, 1,500 viewers a stream and they give him a contract just to find out those 1,500 viewers were bots the whole time. That is going to destroy that platform. I guess fake it till you make it, right? Maybe that's the motto of these people. I'm going to fake that shit until someone notices me. That is the drug of the century. Please notice me, people. That's all I want. That's all anybody wants. And while, yeah, I know it's a problem, at the same time, I mean, like, what the hell are we going to do to fix it? I just don't see a way out of this. This is kind of the Pandora's box we've put ourselves in. And with that said, I told you guys what platform I think is the safest to be on, and that would still be the reigning champ, YouTube. While this platform isn't perfect and they have a lot of things they need to iron out, it is far and above, in my opinion, the best place to put your face, to put your content, to put your ideas. YouTube will push Ben Shapiro the same way they'll push Destiny. Unlike Twitch, who will push Hasan and then ban ASmongold.
But I'm not sorry.
And the only way we change it is if we do it as a collective group. I can sit here and rant all day, and that's not going to matter to anybody because half people aren't even going to watch this video. I'm a nobody. I'm a shitter. But I'm okay with that because I'm an honest shitter. But I will admit that I have been seeing a bit of a changing of the tides, per se. The voice of the people finally standing up and saying, you know what? Enough of this chaotic nature. Can we get back to a sense of realism? Can we get back to a sense of logic? And frankly, I'm here for that. I think the coolest thing about content creation is the ability for anybody, anywhere to pick up your phone, pick up a camera, record yourself, record your thoughts, and then share them with the world. And sometimes people have thoughts that relate to a lot of people, and a lot of times people can relate to those thoughts. Sometimes nobody will watch your thoughts. At the end of the day, you have that option to do that. And Twitch and Kick seem to be like a great place to do that. But unfortunately now they're getting so caught up in all this nonsense that's going on with their websites that now we have to resort back to the OG, and that's YouTube. So for those of you who are able to stick through this little rant of mine, I really appreciate it. I just kind of wanted to hop on here and share my thoughts about all the stuff that's going on those streaming platforms right now. Even though I consider myself mainly just a content creator, I would still work a full-time job, and I do streaming. Maybe that's why I felt compelled to speak about Twitch and Kick, which are two platforms that I actually stream on as well. Shameless plug there. I apologize. I know, look at me. I'm still a victim of this whole notice me bullshit too. That's how corrupting it is. I mean, take my own community, for instance. I've never seen more degeneracy in up-and-coming commentary creators than I do right now. People who are literally going around debating anybody who will debate them just so they have an opportunity to be on their stream or to be seen in front of a couple new people. People who are doing crazy shit just to get noticed. And that's in the commentary community, the community that's supposed to call out nonsense. It's ridiculous. To be honest with you, we need to sort our shit out. Talking about sorting stuff out, I hope you guys will take a look at this video I put together where I defend slop channels for being just what they are. Self-expression. See you guys later.